little behind the scenes as they're wrapping up, putting their stuff away. I wanted to thank you for following us, for being here. Again, don't forget all the questions that you may have if you're considering doing CC for you and your kiddos. I think I mentioned that this is the book that we're using that has the curriculum in it. If I didn't, here it is. And yeah, we use the app, we use the book, we use CC Connect. This was our review of the first week. We'll let you know halfway through how we're feeling, if we're still feeling the same way towards the end of the semester, how we're feeling, and yeah, kind of go from there. And I'm one of those people that my friend recommended this, I trusted her, I looked over what the curriculum would entail, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. I didn't even search for negative reviews, so to speak. So this is just one of those videos where I shared the things. It was real life. We are real people living a real life. We are RVing as well as we build our house, which I have the screen pulled down because I haven't done an update lately, so I don't want you to see where we are at with the update on the house. But watch the video because I think I'm going to put this at the beginning of the video as opposed to the end of the video, and we'll go from there. Deuces. Subscribe to the channel. And this is going to be filed in the building the estate part, because raising our kiddos and educating our kiddos is part of building our estate. Welcome to My Greener Pasture. We are about to, where's my eraser? We are about to erase with we're using our toxin-free, non-toxic, everyday cleaner. Shameless plug on the cleaner, link will be in the bio. But we are about to erase cycle 1, week 1 of Classical Conversations, and we decided that we wanted to record something for you. We're doing homeschooling a little differently this year. Usually we're just kind of like picking things as far as math. We've done like math things and we've done reading things all throughout, but we've never focused on a separate curriculum. So we are doing the foundations curriculum, both the boys are, and we figured why not give you our honest review of week 1 and share some of the things that we've done and give you a rundown of what we've done at home and what we thought about our first week and our first in-person community day, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to show you how we do this, but first, what is the name of our school? My Greener Pasture Academy, okay? And it's My GPA, which is like grade point average, right? But we're not really focusing on. You didn't say it? Okay. My Greener Pasture Academy. Yay! So we're not really focused on GPA, but you get the point, right? So what we are going to do today is just give you the rundown of how we do our days. We do about 30-minute increments. And normally we don't have like a formal sit down, we didn't used to, but we decided this year that we wanted to try like a formal sit down together and do the schooling, right? How are you liking that so far? Good. You like that? Not just like you do your work, we do it. How do you like it so far? Good? And we're going to talk about you. You don't like it? No, I do. You do? Okay. So let's start off. I love it. You love it? Okay, so this is going to be kind of like you. If you know me, you know that you love it too. If you know me, you know that we focus on like real life, getting it done. So we're sharing the real life. So this is our schedule. You'll see a zoomed in picture of what this schedule looks like. So we'll stop kicking, please. So we'll start off our day with our welcome. So we do a welcome, a prayer, and a presentation. So today was the first day of our actual community day for week 2, but Jabari got to present. I was in Rastafari's class today. Jabari got to present about something. So he's going to show you that we've been practicing presentations, which is something we do in Safari Rose. Can you sit back, please? Can you sit back, please, Safari Rose, so you won't be kicking? The video is recording you doing that. So we just, Safari Rose, sit back, please, or you won't be in the video. Okay. Thank you. You were about to get kicked out of the video, and I'm not joking. So now they're not going to be able to see you if you keep kicking. Okay, so I wasn't able to see Jabari's presentation today, so he's going to present, and we present here every day, right? Every day you wake up, you share something. After our prayer, each person shares. So we're going to start with Jabari giving the presentation that you gave today in your class. Go ahead. And you can tell them how old you are.
Hi, my name is Jabari, and I'm 7.
Okay, go ahead.
I know you're going to have questions
camera. Normally we talk about eye contact, so that's why he's looking at me. But you can go ahead and present to the camera. You were telling me the story about how you presented in class. Did you start like this? Okay, go ahead. So you started off like that, right? And people were wondering what was going on with you. So that was a cool way to present.
What are you chewing?
What did they say to you?
What are you chewing?
Oh, they thought you were eating because you guys also have your snack time during that time, right? Okay, go ahead.
So I started off like this.
Okay.
And then I went like this.
And you showed them. Which one is it? One of the bottom ones, right? Okay. And then you explained something else that's already happening, right?
A shark tooth.
So what do you call, what do you mean by shark tooth? Is it your sharp canine tooth? What do you mean by that?
It means.
Okay, it means, it's one of those teeth, but what does having a shark tooth mean?
It means the baby tooth's growing. And it's loose, but it doesn't come out. I mean, the grown-up tooth's growing.
It's already growing behind it, right?
Yeah.
Good job. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move forward with our schedule. Thank you for, oh, actually we usually say, thank you for presenting, and we encourage him, right? We clap and encourage him, and then you say,
do you have any questions?
Me. Okay, they have questions, go ahead. So this is like our normal day here. Go ahead, and then you call on whoever you want to call on first. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead. What's your question?
Do you like pink?
Do you like pink? No, he does not like pink.
Red? Yeah.
That's it.
Do you like blue?
One question for today's Safari Rose, okay? And then
How did your teeth fall out?
how did your tooth fall out?
I was brushing my teeth.
Uh-huh.
And then I said, Mom, it might fall out tonight or tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
I wiggled it and I pulled it right
Oh my
out.
God. And you know what? Something popped up in my memory the other day. Your first tooth when it popped out, so I was all emotional. You're growing up too fast. Sit down, boy, sit down. Let's continue. I can't do this. No, not yet, not yet. You're going to be presenting in a little bit, okay? Normally each person presents, okay? So we'll start off with history. And we are going to, part CC is classical conversation. So it is a classical education with a Christian-based learning. Okay, Safari, we are going to be doing... Yeah, you did ask the question. You asked him about the colors. So right now we're going, one of the things that we did was we did these fill in the blank sheets that we were able to print up using the program that CC has online. And so do you guys want to do the 10 Commandments for them and show them what you learned in 1 week? And mind you, I didn't even have the 10 Commandments memorized, but we started off with the first 5 commandments. So let's do the, not yet, it's not your turn. So, okay, let's talk about, come here. Hold on 1 second. So let's tell them about Safari Rose for a second while we're presenting here. So, this is Safari Rose. Safari Rose is 2 years old, and it's very interesting homeschooling a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. So normally we would say Safari Rose is not in the CC program, but she doesn't say that. She says she's in school. She's in the Child Watch there. So what we have had to do, everybody has like a big folder for what we're stacking for the year. This is my folder for the year. And everybody has a big folder with what we're stacking for the year. So Safari Rose has been doing the work with us, haven't you? Sometimes she goes off on a tangent, does her thing, and takes naps, and like wants to be on me. And that's one of the things that we're okay with, but we still make sure that we incorporate her. And she's learned so much. For this week, Safari Rose was not counting, but she counted to, we're not presenting hers yet, once we get to the math, which is very soon. She counted to, now she knows how to count to 20, and she's going to show you that in a little bit here, right? Not yet. Okay, but the first thing we had on our schedule for this week, which is cycle 1, week 1, the first thing that we focused on at home was, for 30 minutes, was our history. So, are you ready to present that? Yes. Okay, so we're going to sing the song. Are we singers?
No.
Would you say that our family has a good voice?
Yes.
Okay, so we're singers. Here we go. These are the words of my God. These are the words of my God. You can look over at the camera. Thou shalt have no other God before me. Not take to thee any graven image. Not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy. Honor thy father and mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which which the Lord thy God giveth thee. These are the words of my God. And we also learned some hand gestures for it too, right? Do you want to do the hand gestures?
Not me.
Nope, not me. Okay, so we will be skipping over that.
While the kids and I were editing, someone decided he did want to do the motions. Okay, so Jabari is going to do the hand motions for us for history. Okay, so go ahead. Tell me about commandments 1 through 5. Thou shalt
have no other God before me, not mean to any good, not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor thy father and mother that died. May thee long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Good job. Okay, so 1, you did your hand going up for the 1. So no other God before me. 2, what was the motion for 2? No graven images, right? So you basically have 2 fingers up, and then 1 is like bowing at each other. So we're not doing that. No don't make unto thee any graven images, right? No idols. 3, don't take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. So you take 3 fingers and you put by your mouth because you're not going to use the Lord's name in vain. 4, we put 4 fingers first into the, can you put it a little higher because we can't see that? Okay, 4 fingers into that, and then we pray. So he's like, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. And 5, you kind of like honor, salute, like in the military. Use your 5 fingers, honor thy father and mother. Perfect, thank you so much.
But we did do some like fill in the blank, write in the blank. Yeah, you're next. You're about to present. We did do some fill in the blank, write in the blanks for this. So we know all the commandments down. I was reading over this. We studied the first 5, and the second week was the next 5, which we're just introducing now. So after that, we do math. This week, our math was the ones multiplications, which is basically skip counting by ones. And Safari Rose would like to present one of the assignments she did. She did skip counting. She did this one herself. Skip counting by ones, which is the ones times tables, right? Okay, so Safari Rose, can you count how many pennies you have here? Count them for us, please. You don't feel like doing it? Okay, I'll go ahead and count it. So this is one of the activities that we have. How much does it cost to buy this book? And it costs 5 cents. So can you, okay, you count them then.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10, 11. Wow, good job. Good job. And this is our skip counting by ones activity that Safari Rose did. So she wanted to go ahead and show you that. And we also did skip counting by 2s. Would you guys like to do the 2s counting for the camera?
Yeah.
And show them that you know your multiples of 2s, right? Okay, so here we go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, and 30.
And hi, guys.
And hi, guys. Woo. You're going to be presenting that, and you turned it into a blank, and it has to go into your folder for all the work you did this year. Okay? So the next person that is presenting is Rastafari.
No, me.
And it's the paper that oh no, it's not that one, it's this one. So one of the other things that we're learning is Latin noun cases. And that's the one right there. We did a number of activities to help us with remembering Latin. One of them is this bug. And I have a folder.
I can do it.
I have a folder. You want to show them yours? We did this bug. Oh, Safari Rose, be careful. I have this bug that I did. I'll just talk about it because there'll be a zoomed in picture of this so they can be able to see it. So we have this bug and we have the words. Yeah, I'll give you some of my smoothie in a little bit because I don't want you to dirty your pretty dress before we go to Grandma's house, okay? So we did this, and we can go ahead and sing them out. And Jabari, you can go show it closer to the camera because you drew that one with all the first letters of them. So now we can go ahead and sing it and tell them how we learn the Latin noun cases. You ready? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can point while you're singing. Go ahead. Ready, set, go. Nominative, subject, genitive, possessive, dative, indirect, object, accusative, direct, object, ablative, object of the preposition. Good job. So that's one fun way that we learn how to do it, and Jabari has his drawing. I'm not sure how clear it is, but I'll take a picture of it and load it so you can see the type of work.
Okay, so this is the noun cases that we just mentioned, and I wanted to zoom in so I could be able to show you. So we have the nominative, subject, so those are the antennas. The eyes are genitive, possessive, right there. And then for the mouth, it's a D. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but the mouth is a D. So we say dative, and then inside of the mouth is indirect object. So the I and the O. Okay, so then we make an A for accusative, and off of the A, we have direct object, and that's a D, which is probably kind of hard to see, but that's a D. And then this one is an O for object, so direct objects. Accusative, direct object. And then for the ablative, we have an upside down A here, and extended from that A, we have object of the preposition, O and P for the feet. So it's a cool little spider thing that we have, bug thing that we have going on for that.
Jabari, it is your turn to go ahead. You need to throw up, go to the restroom.
I have 2 things to present.
Okay, but we're going to start with the geography.
I didn't get my turn.
Oh, yeah, sorry, he didn't. Go ahead and stand up and present this. So we did a Latin word search for week 1. I apologize about that. You did. You counted here. You accept my apology? Thank you. Okay, so you want to look up there. You have to back up a little bit because you're kind of short. And put it up high enough. Okay? So that was the word search that Rastafari did. And Rastafari, would you say that you're really good at word searches, or are you like not good, or are you okay? Safari Rose, can you please help?
I'm good at it.
You're really good at word searches. So in this one, we were able to pick out words. So I'm going to do a quiz for you really fast, RT. Let me see that. Okay, so I'm going to say one of the words that you searched here, and you are going to tell me what it's connected to, what it means, okay? So here we go. You can look that way. I'm quizzing you. So if I say nominative, what do you say? Nominative, genitive,
Possessive,
dative,
indirect object,
accusative,
direct object,
ablative, object of the
preposition.
Good
I'll
job.
stop doing that.
Okay, good job. Good job. Thank you for presenting.
Whoa, whoa,
Okay,
whoa.
let's breeze through this because we don't want this to be too long. Hold on. So then the next thing that we did was geography. And we did a number of different activities. So they all got to pick what their favorite activity was for it. And this is geography. So they're learning where placement of things. Rastafari, you just presented. Can you have a seat, please? Okay, so they're learning placement of things on the map. So what do you call this area? This area that... Fertile Crescent. Good job. So the Fertile Crescent, back up some, Jabari, so you can be seen. The Fertile Crescent is located above which continent?
Africa.
Okay, so can you tell me the parts that make up the Fertile Crescent?
Yes,
And point at them there. Safari Rose, please. Please, Safari Rose, come here. You won't make that fall. You have to back up a little bit. Oh, you want to point closer? Okay, go ahead. All right. What makes up the Fertile Crescent?
Mediterranean Sea.
Okay. And point to where the Mediterranean Sea is. Rastafari, come on, you go.
Tell me, does this look like a seahorse?
Yes, it does. I see it at the top. Be nice to each other. Okay, good job. We did geography.
Before we move forward, I wanted to hop in and explain more about the Fertile Crescent, which is also called the cradle of civilization, where people believe that the world began. So we have the Fertile Crescent here, and Jabari explained the Mediterranean Sea horse, because we kind of feel that it looks like a seahorse if you look at it on the map here. And then we go into Mesopotamian, and it's an ancient word, and we're studying ancient civilization. That means, meso actually means between, in the middle. Then we have the Euphrates River that runs towards the bottom. Then we have the Tigris for T at the top, and Sumer is the city-state at where those two rivers meet, and you can see it on the map there. And some people believe that's where the Garden of Eden is located, at that part. So that makes up the Fertile Crescent.
So English, we learned a new song, and I didn't even know that I didn't know this song, and I didn't even know that that's really what preposition meant. I use prepositions, but I didn't know all of this. So preposition, it's not that time yet. Preposition is a preposition relates a noun and pronoun to another word. A preposition relates a noun or pronoun to another word. Okay? So that was preposition. We did some of the worksheets for English, not just sing the song. This is one of Jabari's pages that he did where we learned what a preposition was. And the prepositions that we were looking at were right here. We're inside, on, underneath, and under. And he made these sentences and we wrote them down. So that's in his handwriting. You can add that back to your, you took your bow off, huh? How cute. And for science, Rastafari has another chart here, the one that he turned into an airplane. Normally they have these in folders, so they don't have opportunities to turn them into airplane. But we did another word search just to break it down, and we found the things in order. And can we do the signs, please, Rastafari? Can we show what the science, like, so these are the classification of living things, right? So what are the classifications of living things? Rastafari, I'll hold that for you, and you tell me what are the classifications of living things.
Domain. Kingdom. Phylum. Class.
Okay.
Order.
Ooh, order. Good job, Safari Rose.
Family.
Okay. And then,
Genius.
okay. And they couldn't see you, so can you stand where you're at and do it again? Because they can't see you. Can you stand on the chair? Normally, I don't want you to stand on the chair, but I want them to see you presenting. Okay, start over with the hand motions. Go. Good. What are the classifications of living things?
Domain.
Domain.
Kingdom. Phylum. Class. Order.
Order. Family.
Genius.
Good job. And
Species.
good job, you two. You did a good job presenting together.
Safari's hand.
So Rastafari did such a very good job explaining that just now, and I wanted to show you the symbols that we have and kind of explain what their the hand motions that they did. So these are my bootleg drawings, but these are the hands extending out, kind of like domain over everything. And then kingdom, they pretend to put a crown on their phylum. They pretend they have a nail file. You probably noticed that hand motion, filing their nails. For class, they open up their two hands like they have a book. Order, it's like a gavel in a courtroom. Family, it's each person hugging themselves because family is love. Genius, we actually just kind of pretend that it's genius, and that's a brain. And species are like little bugs, and they put like little antennas out. And that is that for that part of the science. And for the, I also explained the bean. I'll go ahead and take a picture now and insert it of the parts of the bean. We didn't focus too much just because of their age of the names and the scientific names, which I have on the drawing. But we did talk about all the parts of the bean.
Okay, there was another part of science that we did. We learned about the parts of the beans. So I'm just gonna,
that closer.
you can bring it closer. This is a drawing that Mommy did for you all. It's fine. Okay, now I'm going to ask you some questions, Rastafari, since you want to talk. You might want to stand so they can see you answering these. Okay. I said you might want to stand over there because you're kind of short. The camera angle is kind of not the best. Okay, so I'm going to point at the plant and you just tell me what that part of the plant does, right? Okay, so this small opening, this here, what does that do? That opening right there. If you need to
Drink of water.
Yeah, that's how the seed absorbs water, right? Okay, so what is this part, Jabari? This part of the plant.
Look at this, guys.
You see? Say it.
Food.
It's the food for the plant, right? Okay, so this part is going to turn into what? What is it called? Root. The root of the plant. And this part right here, Jabari, is going to turn into what?
The stem.
And this part, Rastafari, of the bean is going to turn into what part of the plant?
Leaf.
The first leaf. Okay, perfect. And the outside part right here, what is it called?
The bean skin or coat.
The bean skin or coat. Okay, so beans are basically what?
Sleeping plants.
Sleeping plants, right? So that's one of the other things that we learned, and we did the whole science experiment for
the parts of the beans. These are the scientific names of the different parts on that word bank, but we didn't focus too much on that. We just kind of focused on the descriptive aspects. And with a name like My Greener Pasture, you can imagine we do a lot of planting here, but they've never opened up a seed to see the different parts that end up ultimately making up the plant. And like they said, this is a sleeping plant. So every component that would allow this bean to become a plant is already encased inside of it. So all it needs, and they learned about this as well, all it needs is fertile soil and water, and the water absorbs there. And actually with the science project, they realized the fertile soil was not even necessary. It is because the food is already inside of it. It's mainly the water when you have this type of a bean. All right.
So then I skipped where we usually have like a lunch and play outside for like an hour or longer, depends on how we're feeling. Be careful, I don't want you to fall, Sparrows. Then we did the English, we did the science, our timeline, and we can just do the song really fast and just show them some hand motions that we've kind of added and modified different motions that we've seen online and other people. And my boys are in 2 different classes. So like the first day I was teaching one way because I was in Jabari class where his tutor taught one way, and Rastafari was like, I didn't learn it like that. And I'm like, well, when we get home, we are learning it together and we're going to make it our own. So that's basically
And
what
I
we
had
did.
to tell them
What the motions were. Okay, so this is my timeline, this is my timeline, my timeline. So we're going to do the first 7, right? Age of ancient empire, creation and the fall, okay? The flood in the Tower of Babel, Mesopotamia, Sumer, Egyptians, Indus River Valley civilization, Mayans and
it was like this.
okay.
Minoans and Mycenaeans.
Okay, sorry, Minoans and Mycenaeans. Sorry, yes, Minoans and Mycenaeans. So that was what we learned for our timeline, right? And we are not like, we know we're going to be repeating these over and reviewing them, so we are not stressing over it, but you have done such a great job in remembering the timeline. Okay, so the final thing that we did is fine art. So, oh, be careful, Safari Rose, come over here. The final thing that we learned was in fine arts, and we'll be doing like drawing, music, learning about famous, your foot on the table, really. Paintings. We'll be doing a lot of things for fine arts, but for this one we wanted to learn the 5 basic elements of shapes. So Jabari, you want to present what you're presenting? And how do we know, what is that word that we use to symbolize the 5 basic elements of shapes? What is the word?
Oil.
Oils. And oils basically, I didn't pull out from my folder. Oil basically, let's tell them what that is before you show them the examples, or let's talk about it. So the O is for circles, and you in here in yours you did a bubble letter, which is basically like a circle. I don't think they can see it. Can you can put it close to the camera, and then we'll just talk about it. You can back up now. Okay, so so next you did the, what's the dot on top of the I? What is that? That's for dots, right? Dots is another. So we have circle, dots, and then what's the other part of the I?
Straight lines.
Straight lines, okay. And then what is the L?
L is for angle lines.
Angle lines. And what is the S for?
Curve lines.
Curve lines. And then for the S, you did like, so all these parts you did your initials. JD, 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 but just doing it with the different elements of shape. Good job. We are supplementing, and we'll talk about this more in the weeks to come. We're supplementing math and science with, not math and science. We're supplementing math and language arts through another system, and we'll be sharing those. We'll try to do reviews each week, but now the question, we have all been waiting for. We're going to be trying each week to talk to them, probably mainly me telling you guys our feedback. So depending on who decides that they want to be in the video, nobody's being forced to be in the video. So whoever wants to be in the video when I shoot, they'll be in it. If not, then it'll just be me telling you what we did for the week, okay? And Rastafari and Jabari and Safari Rose. And we're all learning at different levels, and I try to focus on the way they learn in their styles while incorporating all the things.
All of our papers in one spot.
Yeah, so you each have your folders and everything.
Try guessing, is this part...
Okay, no. Are you talking about what you learned today? No. Okay, go ahead.
Is this in the oils or not?
I think it is. Can I say what it is?
Yes.
Okay, let us know in the comments. You saw oils. You saw the basic parts of oils. Let us know in the comments that if he were to draw that shape that he has there, what shape would it be, and does it fall in the oils, right? Okay, so now the moment of truth. And I have my microphone ready for this one. Are you ready, guys? I want you to tell me in a few words what you thought about week 1 of Classical Conversations, not just what you learned at home, but your experience in Community Day and how it was. So tell me, Rastafari, what did you think about week 1 of Classical Conversations? Talk to the camera, but look at the camera, but talk to the mic. Go. A drone? You made a drone? Okay, go ahead. Tell me what you thought. How was your experience?
I thought it was gonna be with 2 sides. You draw 2 sides.
Not today. Just your first week, the first time you went there.
Look
what
at
did you
my
think?
drone, everybody.
We see your drone. You thought it would be a real school just sitting there, but what was it?
No, it was not.
And what was it? It was a church. We meet at a church. I forgot to say that. We do meet at a church. And how do you like it?
Great!
Great! Okay. Do you have anything else you want to add about your week, your teacher, your classmates, the people you meet, the activity you do after? Nope. That's it?
Yeah, done.
Okay. All right. Jabari, you tell me, what was your experience for the first week of school, and any feedback you want to share with anybody else that may be thinking about putting their kids in CC next year.
It's great.
It's great. Okay, so how do you like your class?
Really well.
Do you like it really well? Okay, and what do you do after lunch?
Go to PE, but first recess.
Recess and then PE, right? And you like it, right? I wanted to go ahead and say that I wanted to thank my friend Christina that invited me to CC, that told me about the program, that encouraged me to do it. And I want to be honest, I'm so used to like very informal. You see, our kids are 7, 5, and almost 3 this month, and I love it. I love the community aspect of it. I love that my kids get to interact with other people. I love that I get to interact with other moms, because I did not have that. As social as I am, I did not have that community with other homeschooling moms. I also want to say that if you're thinking about doing it, try to see if you can find a community near you. Go to a community day. And we are planning on doing this until these guys and gals finish high school, so we're super excited about that. And Safari Rose, do you have any parting words that you want to say to the people?
Yeah.
And I also want to say, your day does not have to look like this. Your day can be like sporadic, but we find that this is what works well for us, right? Okay, go ahead and tell them what you have to say to them, because we're about to end the video. What do you say? We're about to end the video. What do you want to say to them? They're over there. What do you want to say?
I love you.
Aww, we love you. You have something?
Could you tell them about my game?
Huh? Your what? Oh, and Rastafari had the opportunity to do public speaking yesterday when we went to a local marshal, and like I said, we've been practicing public speaking. Can you tell them what happened and how you were able to do public speaking?
Because there was no 5-year-olds.
There was no clothes for 5-year-olds.
And then the person that we were getting the clothes to,
The guy when we were checking out.
and then he said, would you like to act
said, "Would you have?" He said, "Was everything okay?" We said, "No, everything wasn't okay. My son has a few complaints." And then he said, "Would you like to speak to the manager?" And Rastafari said, "Yes." And he said to the manager, he was so polite. He said, "There's no 5-year-old clothes." And then the manager was like, "Okay." And then I was like nudging her, like, "You got to give him a little more than that." And she's like, "Okay, you know what? I agree with you, and I'm going to talk to corporate about it to let them know we need more options for 5-year-olds." So you've been practicing your public speaking. Normally you would have been nervous to have that conversation, right?
Yeah.
But not anymore. Okay, what did you have to say, Safari Rose? He did public speak. Okay, that's it for our first week of classical conversations. And when we end all our videos, we like to remind you to reward yourself every day by making healthy lifestyle choices. And if you like this video and you have any questions, feel free to subscribe, ask questions. See you in the comment section, and we'll go from there. Bye.
Thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing. Hopefully we will
See you next week. See you next